beautiful people, what is good? Welcome back. Hey guys. So this is my new segment. I guess it's gonna be called Loc Basics, Loc 101, Loc Talk, Loc Chat, Loc Confessions, Loc Truths, whatever. I don't know what to call the segment, but leave your ideas down below. But this is the first segment, and I decided to actually film me washing my hair. And how it turned out and how it looks throughout the whole process, because lately, guys, like, I'm not a loc guru, disclaimer, I'm not a loc guru, but I don't know, I've been kind of taking over my own locks. I've done the last 3 washes in the last 2 months, 3 to 2 months, I guess. Crazy. And I just noticed a lot of loose natural hair, and I'm just like, am I not twisting my hair right? Am I not doing this right? So don't take me as a loc guru extraordinaire, but this is just a woman actually, who is on a loc journey and made some mistakes, shows you the mistakes, and actually tells you what I learned from it and things that I've learned from watching others and my own personal experience. So I do have live footage, so I'm just going to be talking through it and inserting the clips as they're needed. So I wanted to show you first what my hair looks like right before I wash my hair. Why? Because you kind of need to see like where I'm starting from. Usually when it's time for a retwist, I either notice like a lot of new growth, I guess, which you'll see in a minute, but everything that's loose is not new growth. I think it's just like retwist, like past retwist that hasn't locked down yet. Just how my hair looks after 3 weeks, like right at the 3-week mark, after a fresh retwist. I have some new growth, but then I still have evidence of like loose natural, and it's fuzzy and it's full, and I love it in this stage. It's my favorite stage, pretty much. Like right before, like it kind of gets, I think the only thing that bothers me is my roots, because I just don't want them to start marrying each other. I don't want it to get too out of control, and I kind of want to help train my hair to lock in a certain way. But I mean, otherwise, I like my hair that way, and I don't do super tight retwist to where it gets rid of that. And now let's go on to the good part, the washing. As you guys know, I use the Design Essentials, and this time I'm using every step of the process. Okay, so the first thing I do is actually I water wash my hair or rinse my hair. I do that because any of the retwisting gel or retwisting product I have, or any of the overuse of oils or whatever, dirt, whatever, anything I have, I just really want to rinse it out. So I kind of do a rinsing cycle first. I really get in there and take my time in the rinsing part. So that way when I do use my cleansing shampoo, it's gonna have a deeper clean, I guess I would say. It's like I got the first layer of gunk off for it, so now I can actually work on what really needs to happen. So I do that, and I do sometimes like scratch my scalp just to really get in there and break up stuff. So I do that, and then this wash I actually did the deep cleansing shampoo twice. I did the clarifying cleansing step 1 shampoo twice. Again, use little amounts and then build up if you need it. But I did that because I really want my hair really clean. And then I went in with the moisturizing shampoo. Now this one scared me because it says super detangling, and I do not need it to detangle anything. But I'm so far in my loc journey that I feel like it's safe. And again, use less, and if you need more, add more. So that's what I did. I pretty much used this moisturizing moisture retention shampoo. So basically my hair got washed like 4 times. I did the rinse, and you don't have to do twice of the clarifying shampoo. If you did a really good rinse, then 1 good time of the clarifying shampoo is enough. You know what I mean? You don't want to overstrip your hair. But to me, I just did it this 1 time. I mean, just to see what would it do. And then I went with the moisture retention shampoo. Again, little, and then build our way up. Especially since it's like super detangling. Made me nervous. But not least, I used my moisturizing conditioner. I kind of put a lot in. Like a lot. I put a lot. really because it's winter and I'm heavy-handed, like I said, and it's winter. So we're just gonna go with that. But now it's the conditioner, and I kind of like leave it on for a couple of minutes. Just a really good, you know, give it time to do what it needs to do. I feel like so much we put it on and take it off. Like, no, we kind of need to put it on, let it do its thing, and then rinse it out. So after that, I do a very, very good rinse. So yeah, that's pretty much my wash routine, and I want to kind of show you like what it looks like, what my hair looks like after I wash my hair. And maybe I could do a side by side where you can see how it looked before I even wash and what it looks like after, just the amount of loose natural hair that I do have. I can't really tell you how much new growth there is, but I am going to measure my locks. Well, one of them. I'm going to measure this temple baby, and this is going to be like our signifier. Like, see, like that bud is happening right there, and all of this is like the new growth that I had to retwist. So, and everything else is just like pretty much doing its own thing. Yeah, I just did this today, so yes, people, yep. So this is how it looks like. In my retwisting video, I'll talk more about like clip placement, because I feel like there's not enough videos talking about clip placement and how important it is. Like, it's really important. That's probably what makes or breaks your retwist, is where you put your clips. Eventually when my hair gets really mature, I probably won't use any clips, or I probably won't use as much, I'll tell you that, because I'll have more weight on it. But yeah, look at it. I think it grew some, guys. Just saying. I'm trying not to go too deep into this because I have a 6-month lock update coming soon, but I'm just saying. But yeah, so little tips for starter locks and things that I've learned, especially from my first fail and retwist, includes starter locks. If you're just beginning, here's tips for you that I've said previously, but now you can find it all right here. A lot of people use a stocking cap. And sometimes our front is you're going to have different hair textures throughout your head. So the very front tends to be a problem area because it's softer, it's less curl, it doesn't want to tangle, it's like less prone to tangles, and locks are tangles. So in the beginning, even when I didn't use a stocking cap, I used bobby pins. Basically, where it started to bud, I just clipped a ponytail right there to kind of hold it in place, because when you're manipulating, when you're running your fingers through your hair, when you're doing all of that, I don't want to accidentally like just detangle the whole lock. So I just kind of have like a little bobby pin when I'm washing. It's not that big, so it can still get washed, but it holds it in place. And I say don't fully wash your hair without a stocking cap until you see some budding and you have a little bit of length onto your hair. Because if they're really, really small, they're going to be just so much easier to just rake right through them and undo what you just did. But it's okay. You can always recoil them bad boys up and get it back to where you are. But that's kind of like my tip. Don't like fully wash your hair until you see some sort of budding or some sort of tangles. And if you're worried about it coming undone, wash your hair over like the kitchen sink, where you have a smaller nozzle and you can control the the water pressure better. So if you don't want to overly swamp your hair with that and all this, which means either your hair starts to tangle, like if you put your finger through a coil, your finger doesn't go all the way through, there is a wall or a blockage. Of course, you could probably with enough force get through it, but just if you lightly went through your loose natural part or your new growth part with no problems, but you hit like a wall, you're starting to tangle. And then Damian Walter also said, depending on the length of your lock, which I'll go more into detail if I use a comb for my retwist or not, because I don't. I mean, I tried in a couple of places, but I don't at this point. Yeah, so wait till bedding, blah, blah, blah. Less is more. I use less products, honestly, especially if you have shorter hair. Very minimal at first. That's why I kind of like to do the rinsing thing. I'm just using water, and I'm controlling where the water goes, and I'm really rinsing it out, so that way I could just go ahead and have a deep clean automatically. So that way I'm not using so much product to get all this dirt off that I could rinse out. Because if you use a lot of product, you're going to have to take that product out. So that means more manipulation, blah, blah, blah. Use a conditioner. I think in my first video I was like, don't use a conditioner, don't wash it, and And that was just coming out of fear, because now just looking back, I think 3 weeks for me was too soon. I think I don't know how many times. I want to say, I feel like I went to the hair salon a lot, but it's only been 5, almost 6 months. And these last couple of times I've done it myself. But the first few times, until there was really big like buds, my electrician just sprayed my hair, like probably with a cleansing spray, um, and then retwisted. She did not do a shampoo until I really saw big buds happening, where you have a hard pee, but then it expands. When it got to that expansion level, did she did wash my hair. So it's kind of, there's no time frame. Like, your hair is different, my hair is different. So that's why I'm showing you what works for me. That's why I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of YouTubers on here, but none are going through my journey right now, and my journey is kind of special. So yeah, that's pretty much my washing 101. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I'm trying to think of any other tips that I have. Oh, no matter what, wrap your hair up at night. Your hair will be less dry, especially in the winter, like year round. Please wrap your hair up. I think people just like to go to sleep like on this cotton pillowcase of theirs and not think that is stripping them of moisture and nutrients. Like, so wrap your hair up, please. Like, I get mad when I'm somewhere and like I want to take a nap, or like at your granny's house, and well, grannies always have scarves, but like if you're somewhere and you're trying to take a nap and it's like, dang, I left my scarf. It's necessary, and it really shows, and it makes your washing a lot more easier because you don't have like lint in it. You're not messing with brittle hair that's dry. Um, your hair is probably not going to be marrying to each other because you're kind of keeping it locked down a little bit. It's not all over the place. I mean, depending on what style you're going for. I think even if you're freeform, I think you should still wrap your hair up. Just because you have a lot more loose natural hair that's together. You don't want to, you could be freeform, but you don't want lint or whatever else in there. Also, if you didn't catch in my washing, I used a t-shirt to dry, or you can use a microfiber towel. I did not use a regular schmegular towel. I did have a towel around my neck just to catch any water, but I actually dried my hair with a t-shirt. There's no lint in my hair, and it dries it just enough to where it's not soaking wet, but you do want your hair damp. That's why I had a water bottle in between everything, just because if it does dry out, then I could just respray it. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's not hard at all. I mean, just don't overthink the process, and I think that's what I was doing. Like, I just wanted everything to be perfect, but like your hair could kind of know what it needs to do. You know what I'm saying? So yep, I love my retwist so much, and my hair just feels so good. So stay tuned for the next episode of Loc Basics. I guess that's what I'm gonna call it, because it's gonna be over retwisting part 2 of this video, and then I'm gonna answer some of the questions you guys have, including interlocking and things like that. So please leave your questions down below. Like it up if you like this video, and honestly, make sure you subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss another new video. And see you later, guys. Bye.